In this video, we'll be covering how to create your component inventory. The component inventory identifies which expenses are expected to occur, when, and at what cost. We'll look at what items should be included. We'll discuss getting the big items as accurate as possible, and finally, how to refine your component inventory over time. Now, with that, let's jump in. Once again, let's take a look at what the NRSS guidelines have to say about the component inventory and more specifically, what should be included. To help in determining what components should be included, the NRSS has come up with a simple four-part test. Number 1, the expense must be the association's responsibility. Number 2, the expense must have a reasonably anticipated useful life. Number 3, the next occurrence of the expense must be reasonably predictable. And number 4, the expense must be more than what can be readily absorbed by the association's operating budget. Now let's take a look at the component inventory and how we add items to it. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to determine what category your item falls under. In this case, we're going to be adding a split rail fence down at the entryway, which is going to fall under our site systems or infrastructure. To enter the item, you simply show the unused rows, select New Item, and begin typing in Place fence at entry, wooden. We're then going to want to put in the quantity. In this case, 500 linear feet at $12 a linear foot. The last bit of information we need to enter is estimated useful life and remaining useful life. We've determined the estimated useful life is 15 years, and we have 7 years remaining. HealthyReserves will then calculate out what the total cost with inflation will be at the time when we replace that fence. Once you've added all of your expense items, you'll get a detailed expense projection that runs out the number of years that you've set your analysis term for, in this case 25. Building your component inventory in HealthyReserves is really just as simple as that. Now some final thoughts on the component inventory before moving on to step 3. First and foremost, keep in mind that the component inventory is a work in progress that you'll refine over time. Make sure to review it annually. New items will be added and existing items updated. For each item, validate your initial assumptions on cost, useful life, and remaining useful life, and pay special attention to getting the big items, more expensive items, as accurate as possible.